We know whether you're trying to declutter papers or books, supplies, a supply room in your office, or even an area at home, decluttering is probably the most daunting of the organizing processes any of us have to deal with. But decluttering is essential to clear the decks, to create an energizing space, and really make room for our current and future work. So I want to give you a few tips on how to successfully declutter and make it a little bit easier than it's probably been in the past for you. The first thing is, before you touch anything, before you dive in, you want to create 3 lists. Your first list is what I call your treasure guidelines. And that's identifying what's really essential to keep no matter what. And the way you come up with that list is you ask yourself, if all this were gone tomorrow, what would I miss? And the answers will come very clearly to you. It's critical ideas, documentation, anything that you know is essential to your everyday operations. You make that list on a Post-it, put it up on the wall. Your second list is what I call your no-brainer toss list, which is ask yourself, what do I not have to think about that I can automatically get rid of? And you generate that list. Some examples for a no-brainer toss list are printouts from the internet. You can just always re-Google something. Or multiple printouts of a document that was in many, many drafts, and you don't need the drafts, you just need the final. A report that is obsolete, and you have a new report, just shred the old one. Anything that you can get from somebody else because they're the originator that you don't really need to store in your critical workspace. So you create a no-brainer toss list. Your third list, you're going to go to your legal department of your company and get any retention guidelines that are part of the way your company does business to make sure you don't get rid of anything that the company is legally or financially or fiscally required to keep. Those 3 lists up on the wall above your space, and then tackle one section of your office at a time. First your desktop, then the floor next to your desk, then circle the room. Do the visible clutter before you do the invisible clutter so that after 2 or 3 hours you already see results. And before long, you're going to have cleared your office of everything that is no longer relevant, keeping just what is truly critical and giving yourself an energizing space to do your very best work.